is also evident by the location of the Arusha University and its hospitals, which is in the vicinity of public and private sector healthcare institutions and universities. This then allows us much easier access, much closer working relationships for joint research, for joint delivery of academic programs, and for joint delivery of healthcare services.
I got instructions from His Excellency the President to identify land which would be ideal for a hospital of that level of importance, which would also have impact not only in Kampala, not only in Uganda, but also in the whole of East African region. It was supposed to be centrally located such that it would receive patients from any part of East Africa with ease and convenience. It was supposed to be located in such a place which could be easily ensure collaboration between the existing hospitals, Mulago, Namirembe, Rubaga, Nakasero, and so on and so forth, because they believed in taking advantage of synergies associated with some of the established hospitals in Kampala, in the region.
We are looking to build both a state-of-the-art teaching facility combined with a teaching medical facility. We have just concluded the mock-up building, which we hope to transform into a clinic. The Nakawa Clinic will include many facilities, including consulting clinics, MRI, CT scan, oncology, and other facilities. The academic building and the student housing are currently under construction. The academic facilities will house our School of Nursing and will have capacity to expand to our other AKU programs. We plan to put a sports field, a track field. We'll have exercise and other facilities. They will be able to share the auditorium for arts and other extracurricular activities. So it'll be a thriving campus with a lot of activities going.
AKU started in Kampala in the year 2000 with its nursing and midwifery program. Today, AKU has graduated 1,300 nurses in Kampala, in Uganda.
I'm ready to begin.
I feel proud that I have made it and I've been able to inspire other women to know that no matter how hard it is, you can make it.
And these nurses are serving hospitals, they're serving government, they're in the public sector, they are nursing leaders across Uganda.
Aga Khan University, through its School of Nursing and Midwifery, is able to support the development of nurses and midwives that come from these rural communities. And when they go back to serve in those communities, they bring highly skilled care to these communities in rural settings.
Quality of care is very important for us, and we believe in doing it with like-minded institutions. So Aga Khan has really helped to train staff from enrolled to diploma levels, or from diploma to degree levels.
To my side as a teacher, it has really helped me to deliver proper services to my learners when it comes to teaching. We beg for your cooperation as we
The Institute for Educational Development tries to improve the quality of education in the countries that it serves. The impact of IED in Uganda is actually enormous. Out of the 670 graduates that have come out of our institute, 152 are from Uganda. Children in the rural areas in Uganda do not have to worry that they cannot access quality education because they don't live in the city. They are able now to access quality education because of the kind of champion teachers that we have developed through our master's program. I think what is exciting for me is the difference that having this center in Uganda is going to make for Ugandan teachers. The teachers will no longer have to travel all the way to Dar es Salaam to get their training in teacher education, or to even just get professional development courses.
So this university construction is really another piece, a very important piece in the mosaic of Aga Khan programming for Uganda. It's a reflection of it's a reaffirmation of our commitment to develop Uganda's most precious resource, which is its people, and especially young people. So for us, this is really a staging post on the yellow brick road to Uganda's development, starting from the very first Aga Khan school in 1905, through to medical services, through to providing financial services for Wananchi, through Jubilee Insurance and Diamond Trust Bank, to providing energy and power from Bujagandi Power Station. So as you can see, it's a very broad waterfront of development programming, Aga Khan programming, that is now very much in the fabric of the country.
Uganda is an important East African country. Uganda is growing in stature. And for us to house the Aga Khan University in Uganda is a matter of pride for the Aga Khan University itself. Uganda offers a fertile ground for knowledge creation and for capacity building. So we are very grateful to the Ugandan government and to the Ugandan authorities for embracing the Aga Khan University and for making the Aga Khan University part of the fabric of Uganda's social development sector.
My great hope and prayer is that in time to come, the Aga Khan University will be on the frontiers of scientific and humanistic knowledge, radiating intelligence and confidence, research and graduates into flourishing economies and progressive legal and political systems.
It started with a bold and far-reaching vision. Our founder and chancellor, His Highness the Aga Khan, saw that universities deliver knowledge, innovations, and leaders that change the world.
More than perhaps any other contemporary type of institution, universities can provide a forum in which a creative, inquiring and logical approach can be made to the significant issues of the time.
So our founder set out to build a new university for the developing world, one dedicated to improving the quality of life of people, regardless of origin, faith or gender. As we celebrate our inaugural Founders' Day and mark the 40th anniversary of the Aga Khan University, we draw inspiration from the vision of our founder and the story of its realization through the decades. The Aga Khan University was a project of unprecedented ambition in the Pakistan of the 1960s and 70s. We recall the many questions and countless challenges our planners faced in the early days. How to ensure the curriculum prepared graduates for world-class practice and for local needs. How to enable access for people from all walks of life. But individuals and institutions around the world were drawn to the Chancellor's vision. With their support, AKU was able to begin its amazing journey.
Many people from many walks of life have contributed to this achievement, including the donors from whom there has been a massive response.
Our first campus site stood far from Karachi's city centre, looking barren, dusty and remote. But our founder saw its potential. A key initial step was the creation of an architectural idiom for the first campus that incorporated traditional Islamic art forms for contemporary use. The design would be timeless and eventually tie together the identity of our campuses internationally. Driven by audacious ambition, we received our charter from the government of Pakistan, making us the first private university in the country. This milestone unlocked a huge potential for AKU to make an impact in multiple areas, and the Chancellor made sure that we stay true to our mission.
And the university must be able to adapt itself to change. But one thing will remain constant: the mission of preparing graduates, men and women, to play constructive, worthwhile, and responsible roles in society.
40 years ago, starting with only one diploma program, we nurtured 39 changemakers in only one country. Today, 16,000 is not just the number of graduates that AKU has produced. It also reflects the number of leaders it has empowered in diverse disciplines on campuses in 6 countries across 3 continents. With 86% of AKU students receiving financial assistance and 2 in 3 students being women, AKU is living true to the founder's vision. AKU enables thousands to avail world-class education and empowers women with opportunities that transform their lives and that of their families. More than 12,000 of our graduates are women. Our graduates can be found in leadership positions from Karachi to Kabul, from Nairobi to New York, from Great Britain to British Columbia. And at home, on our campuses, we see more and more of our graduates in key leadership positions, providing the intellectual prowess and growing AKU's breadth and impact. Today, AKU is a powerful source of opportunity, insight, and healing. With campuses, hospitals, students, and faculty in Pakistan, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, the United Kingdom, and Afghanistan, AKU has fulfilled yet another element of the founder's vision, that is, to capitalize on our diversity and resources and become a truly international university with impact across borders.
Let me emphasize that we see these various units as integrated parts of one university, working closely together across academic disciplines, across nations, and across continents in our increasingly borderless world.
Today, AKU has 7 hospitals and 350 outreach centers across Pakistan, Afghanistan, and East Africa that have received international accreditation. These facilities provide high-quality care to more than 2 million patients every year through a robust patient welfare program. Last year alone, our hospitals provided $28 million in welfare to help patients receive care at its facilities. AKU aims to serve societies and build capacities in urban and rural areas alike to enable more communities to get back on their feet and empower healthcare workers to deliver life-saving care, especially in times of crises. Having established a strong foundation in health sciences education and service, we have ventured well beyond with programs focusing on the study of Muslim civilizations, journalism and communications, examination systems and quality of learning, early childhood education and education systems, simulation learning, nutrition, agriculture and environmental stewardship, mental health and well-being, and more. In our pursuit of excellence, researchers at AKU continue to develop innovative solutions to long-standing issues faced in the regions where we operate. Knowledge generated by research at AKU contributes to policy making, helping us advance a step closer to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals and fostering a culture of innovation in a world of increasing complexities. As we enter our 40th year, a new AKU is taking shape. New academic programs are being launched. New facilities are rising. Long-standing ambitions are being fulfilled. Looking to the past, we draw confidence for the future. Recommitting to the vision of our founder, we equip ourselves for the journey ahead.
Our goals were ambitious, after all, back in 1983. And yet, if we could have glimpsed into the future then, If we could have forecast what this day would look like, I think we would have been very happy with the way the story has unfolded. And so it is that we see ourselves today in the context of a rich historical tradition and a recent past filled with genuine achievement. For that, I want to express again to all of you the deep sense of joy and gratitude that I feel as I join you for this celebration and as we look together to our challenging, promising future. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome our online audience who are joining us from the four corners of the world. Those of you who are joining us online, karibuni sana, welcome so very much to Kampala, Uganda, the Nikawa campus for this tremendously wonderful and celebratory event. You have just joined us now. His Highness is upstairs at the University Center meeting with guests. And right here in this wonderful marquee, we have friends and family from across the world who have joined us as well. So as you watch the screens, I'm sure you may see a friend or two in the audience. Send them a text message and say, I see you. For those of you online, send us a message in the chat if you can, and let us know where you're from. Thank you so very much for joining us. We will now continue with some videos.
The ratio of patient midwives is about 5,000 patients to one midwife. I chose Aga Khan University because of the name that Aga Khan University holds. Kabong is at the very extreme northern part of Uganda. I had to travel a distance of about 600 kilometers from my workplace to Kampala, where I was undertaking my studies. It would take me all means to get to where I could get a bus, whether by a motorcycle, whether by marble truck, whatever it is. And then you get in the bus. In the bus, you cannot lie. You'll have to sit on that chair and just find where to lean your head. So we'd arrive in Kampala at around 3 a.m. Sometimes if you've used a later bus, you arrive at around 5 a.m. So as we continue the day, you become tired again and want some rest. So when I could not hold it, I would go behind a class there and have a nap. At school, I would study on Thursday and Friday, 2 days. And then on Friday evening, I would take off from Kampala to go to my home in Kumi to attend to my family needs, wash, iron for the man, organize the house. And then on Monday morning, as early as 3 a.m., I'm again up to travel back to the workplace. Every day was on the road. Every day was a hectic day for me. It was not easy beginning, it was not. I faced quite a number of challenges. At a certain point I was pregnant and I happened to lose that pregnancy. I got a miscarriage. The other challenge I faced, meeting travel costs, which was approximately 250,000 or more every week. While I was traveling, still under the bad roads, I fell on a motorcycle. We fell and I got an accident and the motorcycle burnt my legs, and at a certain point I could not even walk. My husband is a reverend. He would tell me, Evelyn, look, do you know that the work you are doing is an assignment from God? And the world is becoming so competitive that the paper you hold now may not be relevant in the near future. So you go on. I will also try my best to make sure you will travel, you will have the basics. And indeed it.
This day marks a milestone for this university. In 2015, right here on these lush, green, wonderful campus grounds, our founding chancellor, His late Highness, the Aga Khan IV, and Uganda's president, His Excellency, the Honorable Yoweri Museveni, laid the foundations of this magnificent campus that you are about to see here today. Then, in 2023, Her Excellency and the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports, Mama Janet Museveni, graced her with her presence for the commencement of the construction of the campus. Today, we are here, virtually and in person, for yet another historic milestone. The land on which these milestones are taking place have been graciously provided by the government of Uganda, while the funding for its construction was provided by our founding chancellor, generous donors, and the steadfast support from the government of Germany's BMZ and KfW. Today, we not only celebrate the fulfillment of this vision, but also celebrate our impact in Uganda so far. The location of this campus will now allow us to engage with the local community and develop close working relationships for joint research, joint delivery of academic programs, and, very importantly, healthcare services. This campus will also be part of an integrated healthcare and education system of the Aga Khan Development Network in East Africa, which will mark over 100 years of friendship and collaboration, and which will form part of the foundation for the next 100 years of the Aga Khan Development Network in Uganda and East Africa.
You're right, Gitonga. The land size on which we sit today is 60 acres, and on it sits a seven-story university center, the one right behind you. We also have a 9-story student housing building across on the other side, and then a 4-story ambulatory care building, the Nakawa Specialty Center. At full capacity, the university will be home to 100 faculty and 700 students. 164 of those will be living full-time on campus in the new student housing building. I can't describe how beautiful this campus is. You need to see it for yourself. So let's hear from our students as they take us through their journey.
Welcome to the Aga Khan University, Uganda. Come along, let's take a look at what's behind these beautiful walls.
Right from the entrance, you can feel the energy. It's fresh, it's modern.
And it already feels like home.
Welcome to our learning spaces. Class, Batik Digital.
The classrooms here are smart, and the conversation even smarter. And when you need a break from classwork, this is the perfect study spot.
Also good for in-person or group research. Here is where we do our hands-on stuff, experiments, real-world training.
And what we do in the laboratory underscores what happens at the skills lab. Think of virtual simulations and real-time diagnostics. Every student gets a hands-on experience. whether it's practicing surgical skills or responding to patient emergencies. When the books are closed, this is where we unwind. Movie nights, game nights, these spaces are always buzzing.
And here is where we recharge. The rooms are private, peaceful, and yes, the Wi-Fi is great.
And that's just a glimpse of the life at the Aga Khan University, Nakawa. You have seen the spaces. Now come, be a part of the story.
Wow. If you get an opportunity to come to Kampala, for those of you that are watching online, if you get an opportunity to come to Kampala, visit the Aga Khan University campus at Nakawa, and you will experience the beauty yourself. We also are looking forward to welcoming the first cohort of students for our 4-year Bachelor of Nursing. That will be later this month. We do have exciting times ahead of us. So the upcoming 101-bed Aga Khan University Hospital will enable Ugandans to receive advanced care locally, right here at home, and train the healthcare specialists that the country urgently needs. The Nakawa Specialty Center, which is currently operational, and is the hospital's 4th outreach facility in the country, offers specialized services. It is set to evolve into what we shall call the Doctor's Plaza for the upcoming Aga Khan University Hospital, Kampala.
Hello, welcome to the Aga Khan University Hospital. Come with me for a tour of our new Nakawa Specialty Center. This is our waiting area. Most of our patients will be waiting here. As you can see on ground floor, we offer ultrasound scans, we do x-rays, and we're presenting you a DC70. So basically, we are able to do abdominal ultrasound scan, obstetric scans. We'll offer you CT scan services, mammography, and OPG. And now we'll introduce you to our procedure room stroke endoscopy. So this is our recovery room. We'll offer an opportunity to a maximum of 2 patients. This facility also has a fully fledged laboratory where we'll be able to give you chemistries, we'll be able to do immunoassays. As you can see, we are into microscopy, hematology. All this will be available for our patients that will be served in this facility. Second floor offers, again, a wide range of services. Again, as you can see, we have our directory to direct our patients even as they land. We have our patient waiting area. This is our stress room. We'll be able to offer cardiopulmonary services for our patients that will require services of stress tests, spirometry. All that will be done by our qualified cardiologists in this very room. A very well-stocked pharmacy for our patients. Most of the prescribed medicines that you will need will be availed to you. We have 2 triage rooms to make sure we cover the waiting time. In this room, we'll be able to do for you general dentistry as well as specialized dentistry. So for all your dental needs, feel free to come check out the Aga Khan University Hospital Nakawa Specialty Center. The Aga Khan University Hospital has offered an opportunity for those people that have been seeking chemo services in Nairobi to be able to get the services here. We are able to serve up to 4 patients at any one time. As you can see, we are giving you the comforts for your relatives, for your spouses that would like to stand with you in this moment. In this facility, we have provided an opportunity for the relatives and family members of our patients to enjoy the comfort of our lounge, even as they wait for their family members to receive whatever sort of treatment that they would like to get. And then again, on this same floor, we have introduced a dialysis suite to offer members, those that have been in need of hemodialysis for especially kidney disease, up to 4 patients at any one time on hemodialysis. In our new facility, we'll also be able to offer you a new set of services that includes EEG, EMG, and EP right here. And this is basically used for the diagnosis of neurodisorders, and especially for people that have had to travel out of the country to go for EMG or EP. They will be able to get the service in the comfort of their country. Thank you guys for having been a part of this tour of our new Nakawa Specialty Center.
What a wonderful video. Diana, was that you touring us all over the place?
Oh yes, that was me.
Next time we'll make sure you have some students with us. And you mentioned quite a number of services. Are those services needed quite a lot within the area?
Absolutely. Most of the services that we do have in our Nakawa Specialty Center are those services that we deemed as required by our members within our community. So we have services like dialysis, like you have just seen, and we have seen a very big uptake in that area. We have services like chemo, that is for cancer patients. So we are looking into tertiary care as well.
What wonderful news, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why we're here today, inaugurating our campus facilities, our new university center, our student residences, celebrating our specialty clinic, and very importantly, the commencement of the construction of the hospital. These are great and wonderful things, which, as we mentioned earlier, have taken a few decades to get done, but would not have been possible at all without the support of friends and partners, the Republic of Uganda, His Highness, our contributors from the Republic of Germany, and many of you who are here and online, generous donators, friends who have contributed over the years and are with us with this vision and this dream, and continue to walk with us, making this, as you can see, a reality.
As all of us know, the Aga Khan Development Network service is not new to our country. It has walked with us now, I'm told, close to 100 years. Therefore, it is only right and befitting to thank Princess Zahra in a special way, who came today leading His Highness the Aga Khan's new blessing to Uganda. As we lay yet another brick on the foundation of this partnership. I'd like to thank God at the onset for the real and healthy competition that I believe both the Aga Khan University and the hospital will bring to our country because I know that their performance is excellent and whatever work they set themselves to do. And it is humbling to learn that this university will also provide access to the underprivileged, as it also conducts groundbreaking research on issues that affect millions of our people.
Nothing is more exciting than seeing a vision become a reality. Today, the Aga Khan University is taking a massive step towards its goal of positively contributing to the development of Uganda through its transformative healthcare and education programs. A new chapter in the university's history is being written. It is a proud day, an emotional day for all of us. It is His Highness's and President Museveni's shared vision and the support it has inspired that brings us together today. It's a vision that unites people and makes great things possible. It's a vision that has room for everyone. So I would like to thank both of these eminent world leaders for making it possible for each of us to make a difference in the lives of so many people through this and many other projects in Uganda and East Africa.
Today, I'm very proud to say that the bilateral cooperation between the German government, represented by the KfW, and the Aga Khan University is fully developed and is a demonstration of impactful and transformative collaboration for the health and education sector in Uganda, but also in the whole East African community. We look forward to seeing the university train generations of future leaders in nursing, medicine, but also in other disciplines here on this campus, and to seeing the hospital provide international quality healthcare in a wide range of fields. We are positive that AKU will continue to grow in scope, in excellence, and impact.
Following in the footsteps of the other Aga Khan hospitals, AKU University Hospital Kampala will seek to achieve the highest levels of international quality accreditation. This site will constitute a vital node of the wider Aga Khan University Health and Aga Khan Health Services network of institutions in East Africa and around the globe. And it is with great pleasure that we all come together in this absolutely wonderful site to launch this project, which, with your help and with your support, we know will make a huge difference for Uganda, for the region, and for medical care around the world. Thank you.
Get world-class care for you and your family in the heart of Kampala. The Aga Khan University Hospital has set the standard for comprehensive healthcare in East Africa. The hospital stands tall owing to our dedicated and highly qualified staff, impactful research, advanced facilities, state-of-the-art technology, and pioneer medical procedures. Patients benefit from our unique team-based approach to care, where they are reviewed by medical experts from diverse specializations. For the convenience of our patients, our mobile laboratory service facilitates collections of samples from the comfort of your home. We are also delivering your medication to your doorstep at no additional cost. Get quality and compassionate care at the Akashimo Kisementi, Metroplex Nadia, and Diamond Trust Building, Kampala Road. Our services include general consultation, dental services, ultrasound and X-ray imaging, mobile laboratory, drug delivery, and more. We also have specialist clinics for cardiology, family physician, orthopedics, obstetrics, endocrinology, and physiotherapy. The Aga Khan University Hospital. World-class care here and now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for will soon start. His Highness is upstairs and we're waiting for His Excellency to come, who will shortly join us. As you saw from those videos, there is a lot that the university does. Critical to it is its research component. And I'll give you a few facts of what we do at the Aga Khan University. The university collectively publishes between 1,750 and 1,800 manuscripts every year. And this has been cited over 75,000 times over that same year, all across the world. Now, the importance of this is to make an impact. And this is felt through the over 500 policy documents that are generated each and every year. This comes in total to over 6,500 major policy documents that have been impacted by the Aga Khan's work. This would not be possible without the faculty, staff, and the researchers who are at the top of their fields. Did you know that over 20 Aga Khan University faculty are in the top 2%, the top 2% of the most cited researchers in the world? Let us celebrate that with a round of applause. And as we celebrate the researchers, to each and every one of you, we want to say thank you and let us congratulate ourselves, because it is our combined work of making this possible. Let us celebrate with a round of applause ourselves. We will now continue with a few more videos and any information.
Pakistanis say they are stuck in their own poison.
His Highness are bracing themselves for a fresh wave of strong winds.
14,300 Kenyans die annually due to health issues related to air pollution.
The Aga Khan Development Network's commitment to climate protection and adaptation is firmly established. The communities we serve are at the greatest risk, so we are building climate resilience across geographies by working with communities alongside government, civil society, and the private sector.
In a world facing climate change, Aga Khan University chooses a different path. Across 6 countries, AKU is powering a cleaner future with reimagined infrastructure. In Karachi, solar panels prevent over 2,000 tons of carbon emissions each year. A new solar water heating system at the French Medical Institute in Kabul supplies 18,000 liters of hot water daily, cutting 200 tons of carbon emissions annually. The Nairobi campus utilizes a new biomass boiler for heating, cooking, laundry, and sterilization. In just 1 year, it has saved nearly 1 million liters of diesel and over 2,000 tons of carbon emissions. Our commitment extends further. Across borders, the spirit of reduce, reuse, and recycle is stronger than ever. In Karachi, NAS-led mobile bins are actively cutting incinerated waste by over 30%. While in Nairobi, electronic health records streamline operations, reducing paper use by 90%. Voices from the Roof of the World, AKU's award-winning documentary series, shines a light on Asia's climate crisis. Led by young filmmakers, it calls on leaders to protect the region's water, wildlife, and future. Beyond storytelling, AKU champions student-led climate action. For 3 years, students have delivered bold, hopeful solutions, shaping a sustainable tomorrow. Even behind the scenes, change is happening. In Pakistan and Kenya, our commitment extends to suppliers who now receive sustainability training with every order. At the heart of AKU's environmental commitment lies powerful research. In Arusha, nearly 4,000 acres are dedicated to understanding soil biodiversity, food systems, and carbon sequestration. This is a living laboratory. In Matiari, just outside Karachi, Pakistan, we explore how local plants can both nourish communities and regenerate landscapes. At the Institute for Global Health and Development, researchers create vital knowledge to address Pakistan's urgent insecurity in the face of climate change. Insights from AKU's research fuel classrooms, shaping ethical leaders who see healing the planet as part of their profession. The Arusha Climate and Environmental Research Center hosts field schools in the Living Lab, focusing on climate resilience, food systems, and disease prevention. Meanwhile, the Institute for Educational Development in Pakistan creates educational resources, shaping how the next generation understands and interacts with the planet. This is more than just infrastructure or research. It's a shared vision for a healthier planet. Imagine the possibilities when we work together. Nestled in the heart of Tanzania, the Aga Khan University Arusha Climate and Environmental Research Center, AKU ASA, is a haven for scientific discovery. From studying biodiversity to assessing soil and land health, AKU ASA is at the forefront of understanding our planet's delicate ecosystems.
AKU ASA was established in March 2022, and its vision is to be an internationally recognized center of excellence that carry out research that generate solutions that are knowledge-based and solve climate and environmental challenges that our communities and the planet are facing today.
We have a total area of 3,300 acres, and then we have another site in Tengero. It's about 500 acres. When we arrived, the site was very dry and there was no greenery around. So we started a tree nursery and we planted over 250,000 trees over the last 10 years.
AKU ASA utilizes the knowledge that scientists have and indigenous communities and elders have, plus practitioners that are working in the industry of livestock, fisheries, agriculture, and even nutrition. 2 studies that I have been doing now are yielding into productive resources that communities could use to address the challenge.
So as a coordinator for environmental sustainability, I am responsible for activities related to development of sustainability practices. Nowadays that we have moved really from the research that have been done on as an individual research. So the local communities, different collaborators bring different perspective on any research that we are going to conduct here. And in that way, we think that it is going to increase the productivity, not just of the center, but also of how those research are going to be applied.
AKU ASA has living lab, which is one of the few living labs that you can find, especially in Africa. This research can be conducted and they will definitely have the impact on the society.
I engage with the local community and teach them about regenerative farming methods, which help them fight with the challenges they face in climate change and unpredictable weather.
During my experience here, it has pursued my decision on my career on climate and environment. Therefore, looking ahead, I will be committed in building a resilient and sustainable environment for the future generation.
We are very proud to say that we have signed significant MOUs, about 10 MOUs with national universities and international universities and key research agencies in Tanzania, including Nelson Mandela African Institution of Science and Technology based in Arusha, Tanzania Wildlife Research Institute based also in Arusha.
We have been working closely together in different aspects of research, and what we see with our collaboration with Aga Khan University, we can come up with a sustainable solution for water treatment. We can even come not only with the treatment, but also how sustainably now we can plan, even help the community to plan their water and differentiate from wildlife use and human use.
AKU ASA is committed to empowering local communities and fostering sustainable development.
We are pastoralists. AKU is an institution. They deal with issues of environment, which is key to us, to our people. In this environment, we see so many problems. So it is important that we recognize the impacts of climate change and find solutions to those impacts. The other problem that we see is diseases. Most recently, through the support of AKU, we did a big study on neglected tropical diseases. That study, which has just been finalized, will inform us a lot. And we will use it as a basis for addressing a whole range of problems for our people here in northern Tanzania.
As a beacon of hope for a sustainable future, AKU ASA is shaping the world's understanding of climate change and environmental stewardship.
Last year, AKU research attracted more than $65 million in funding. This work was cited approximately 70,000 times.
What can a research university do for the people of Asia, Africa, and the world? At AKU, it's a question we're answering every day.
We can use artificial intelligence to identify people at risk of future health problems.
Together with the University of Michigan, AKU is using AI to help identify women at risk of pregnancy complications, as well as individuals at risk of depression. The project has already received $6.5 million in funding from the National Institutes of Health in the U.S.
We can conduct large-scale nationwide studies that shed new light on teaching, learning, and assessment.
To assess the state of math and science education in Pakistan, AKU researchers tested 15,000 students and observed hundreds of teachers at work. They found that few educators use the kinds of teaching methods that improve student performance. Now, the university is training hundreds of government math and science teachers in the use of effective pedagogies.
We can show how much more complex the past is than most people realize.
Professor Philip Wood's book, The Imam of the Christians, analyzes the fate of the Christian church in Syria in the 8th and 9th centuries. Wood shows that the church actually gained power during the period thanks to its good relations with the Abbasid Caliphate.
We can generate the evidence that impacts policy and helps save millions of lives globally.
In 2019, Pakistan became the first country in the world to start using a life-saving new typhoid vaccine. AKU researchers made that milestone possible by conducting the first large-scale field-based study of the vaccine's effectiveness.
We can help journalists to provide the public with crucial information and analysis.
Digital technologies continue to disrupt East Africa's news industry. Studies by the Graduate School of Media and Communications reveal how the media is responding and what the future might hold for the journalism profession.
We can address the big changes transforming societies, from climate change to population aging.
In Tanzania, AKU's Arusha Climate and Environmental Research Center is bringing together researchers and students from around the world to study climate change. In Kenya, AKU is conducting the country's first major long-term study of aging, and it's contributing to a groundbreaking international study of Alzheimer's disease. AKU can also save thousands of lives by working at the cutting edge of science in both the community and the laboratory. In rural areas of Pakistan, researchers reduced newborn deaths by a remarkable 25%. They did so by partnering with community health workers and government health facilities. In Kenya, the university and its partners have an even more ambitious goal: to reduce newborn deaths by 50% across 140 hospitals in 5 countries. Meanwhile, in the laboratory, faculty are working to develop new treatments for deadly blood disorders using gene editing technologies such as CRISPR.
In the last 40 years, AKU research has impacted close to 6,000 policy documents by major influential organizations.
With the help of our partners and supporters, we're going to continue to demonstrate what a research university can do for Asia, Africa, and the world.
We know we live in a time where jobs are highly competed for. So you're going to need something or a university that gives you an edge over the rest. I would want to explore the world out there in terms of opportunities. So I feel Aga Khan gives me the kind of qualification.
I'm already a leader at my workplace, and this comes because of the knowledge I got from AKU.
Our lecturers are very patient, and you realize that they create that one-on-one relationship with the student.
I expect to advance on my nursing knowledge as well as advancing technology-wise, because when we are learning, we mix both. We get the experience of nursing by going to hospital and also advance on that IT technology skills. Fine, you come here and everyone is using computer, but they will teach you, even if you don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, as you can see on the screen, is making his way onto our lovely campus. You can see the escort in front of you as they make their way to the University Center for the inauguration of the University Center and the academic facilities. This is a momentous occasion for each and every one of us today. Having the dream realized of His Highness, our late Chancellor, coming to what it is today. There will be a special party to receive His Excellency as he makes his way in with the First Lady. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni. Joining him is the First Lady, Janet Museveni, popularly known as Mama. Welcoming them as they make their way to the University Center will be other principal guests who are joining us today. As they make their way there, ladies and gentlemen, we do recognize a shift in the weather. Though it is tumultuous, in the African tradition, we do believe that raining is a blessing, and it is blessing this occasion, but we hope the blessings will delay by a little bit. The unveiling of the plaque is to take place outside the front of the building. Right now we have our Vice Chancellor, President Shahabuddin, together with our Board of Trustee Chair, welcoming him, His Excellency, together with the First Lady. We have Mr. Amin Mauji. We can see His Highness right there, ladies and gentlemen, who is welcoming His Excellency. There they go together. What a wonderful day. Yes, yes, let's celebrate this moment. This is the front end of the University Center. On the far back, as you can see on the right corner, that are the student residences. President Shahabuddin is walking to the commemorative plaque that they will unveil. A private moment shared by His Highness with His Excellency. We're looking from inside the University Center. Now we're looking towards the plaque, which they're just about to unveil, and there they are. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The inauguration of the University Center and student residences. On the plaque, it says, the University Center and student residences of the Aga Khan University were inaugurated by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, in the presence of the Chancellor for the Aga Khan University, His Highness, the Aga Khan, 11 September 2025. Joining them there and shaking the hand is Pro-Chancellors Princess Zala Ala Khan and Prince Ali Muhammad. They are now taking photographs for prosperity. We can see the Chancellor, Pro-Chancellors standing right next to each other, the President of the University right beside them, Prince Ali Khan, Zakir Mahmood, our Board of Trustees. Then we have His Excellency, the President, followed by Mama, and by Mr. Amin Mauji, the resident representative. They are now going into the University Center, where there will be a small presentation of what the University Center is about, how it came about, its architectural language. As you can see, there is wonderful portraitures across the wall. President Shahabuddin is explaining the architecture and the design, why it was designed in this way. And each and every one of you will have the opportunity to visit, some today and some at a later date, because the university is open for business and the team is working in there each and every day, particularly as they get ready for the next cohort. 1, 2. 1, 2. At this time, President Shahabuddin is handing it over to Zinat Suleiman to continue with the presentation. The presentation will be short and brief, succinct, to the point, as they talk about the architectural firm, Legoretta, who has been over 60 years in architectural work across the world and have been the ones chosen to design and build this building. The design of both buildings captures not just modern architectural concepts or important environmental adjustments to be made to it, but very importantly, through the color, through the art, through the design, you will find elements of the Ugandan culture embedded within itself, from the tile work, the choice of color, and the choice of artists. The gentleman speaking on the far left of your screen, next to Dr. Zinat Suleiman, is Victor Legoretta, the lead partner of the architectural firm that has designed this building. The building has been designed very importantly, not only to capture the cultural relevance, but also the environmental aspects, which is putting us fast on track for certification for energy conservation. Some of the features are water capture, minimal use of artificial heating and cooling, so we rely much more on natural ventilation, open spaces that allow for collaboration between students and among students, faculty, and researchers. It houses all the different areas of the university: purchasing, finance, student recruitment, student services, as well as on the top floor, a wonderful view from the library, creating a serene environment for our students to study from as they go through their academic journey. Counseling services, healthcare services are also provided, as Diana mentioned earlier on, from just across the street. The residences that we have are very, very unique. Modern in style, spacious, well-lit, visually stimulating. They allow students both to relax as well as focus on the studies that they have at hand. These are all elements captured from His Highness's vision on what is a modern architectural building. Who is it designed for? Who are the users? So those are concepts captured in each and everything that is done. She not only will talk about the student residences and academic facilities, but we'll also talk about what will happen where we are sitting. So if you come and join us in a month or two, this same place will be a construction site. That's why it is leveled in this way. Therefore, as you come into this area, there'll be the majestic view of the valley to your right, your left sitting, but then you will see this wonderful facade of the new medical hospital right where you are. So we encourage you in about 3 years, if you're visiting, to make sure you come through and see what your contributions, your generous donations, your support has allowed to happen in here. Very importantly, with the construction of these buildings will be a solar array which will be 2.8 megawatts, as well as efficient lighting, heat pumps, solar units, and our power correction factors. Building usage nowadays is highly automated, and therefore the automation of these systems are critical for the efficiency and energy conservation measures that the Aga Khan University Hospital and academia, as well as the whole of the Akagan Development Network, which has vowed to be net zero by 2030. An ambitious goal and initiative that incidentally was conceived and chaired by His Highness. As a modern teaching hospital, it will feed directly into the academia. So our medical students, our nurses, those who want to capture from stories from our Graduate School of Media and Communications will have a place in which these stories and others can be captured. In it, we have wards in maternity, pediatrics, surgery, ICU, CCU, NICU, medicine, private wings, and other things. We're hoping that this will be a pipeline for greater healthcare within this region, not just Uganda, because we know there are clients who come from the surrounding nations for healthcare. As we mentioned, Zenith has completed the succinct presentation, and now they are proceeding to the next stage of today's event. His Highness is leading His Excellency across, and they will make their way to a marquee for all of us who are sitting here in the tent. The location is that small tent to your left, where there will be the actual signing of the documents. They are now leaving the building, and they will make their way across. Due to the change of weather, I believe the location may have been changed. As we can see from the umbrellas and the vicious wind, we do not want His Highness or His Excellency signing a document and Mother Nature takes it away. Once this is signed, if it is signed at this location, they will make it across here to this marquee, after which we will move quickly into the next event. As they make their way there was a very interesting trivia we noted about the movement of today and today's date. But before I go there, we'll confirm where they will sign these documents. Yes, I believe they will go into that location and sign those documents, signifying the commencement of the construction of the University Hospital right here in Nakawa. With that said, I will now hand it over to my colleague, Mr. Nicholas, who serves as the registrar of Aga Khan, Uganda, who will guide that group through it. Over to you, Nick.
Thank you, Dan Gitonga. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to witness the signing of the agreement that will signal the commencement of the construction of the Aga Khan University, Kampala. Aga Khan University Hospital, Kampala. Key signatory to the agreement will be His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, witnessed by Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Thomas Taiwa, His Highness the Aga Khan, Chancellor of the Aga Khan University, witnessed by the AKU Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sulaiman Shahabdin. We are honored to have with us at this moment as our First Lady, Honorable Janet Museveni, Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, AU Pro-Chancellor, Princess Zahra Aga Khan, Princess Ali Muhammad Aga Khan, Chair of the AKU Board of Trustees, Mr. Zahil Mohammed, AKDN Diplomatic Representative, East Africa, Mr. Amin Mauji, Mrs. Janat Sulaiman.
Okay, thank you.
His Excellency, the President of Uganda, that is President Kaguta Museveni, and His Highness Aga Khan are now signing the documents, signaling the beginning of the construction of the Aga Khan University Hospital, Kampala. This ensures that the university will meet all the legal requirements that adheres to the country's laws and policies. Ladies and gentlemen, the documents that have been signed commence the construction of the Aga Khan University Hospital, which will only not provide high quality care to the people of Uganda, but also train specialists in the region. So our guests, the chief guest, the chancellor, and the distinguished guests, please, you may go to the main event. Thank you. Over to you, Gitonga and Diana.
Thank you, Nicholas, for that wonderful narration. We are so excited to see that happen, moving quickly and succinctly. His Excellency and His Highness will now walk across. Symbolically, we have all the flags flying wonderfully in the weather at full mast, and they will be joining us. At the relevant point, we will call upon all of us to stand, so you can remain seating, but as they get close, we'll call upon you to stand in a sign of respect of His Excellency, the Republic of Uganda, as well as His Highness. Ladies and gentlemen, as they make their way over here and historic photographs are being taken, we would like to emphasize or let you know that as we expand our campus right here in Uganda, that we are located not only in Kenya or Uganda, but we are also in Tanzania. Our mother campus is in Karachi, Pakistan, and we have this Institute for the Study of Muslim Civilizations in London, and a hospital in Afghanistan. 3 continents, 6 countries, changing lives wherever Aga Khan Development Network is. Ladies and gentlemen, may we please all rise to recognize our guests of honor. Let us welcome them with a round of applause. Let us continue clapping as they make their way to the main stage. A wave by His Excellency to all of us, recognizing each of every one of us. A wave by His Highness to all of us. What a wonderful gesture to recognize each and every one of us in this tent. The party now slightly separates as the principal guests of honor move to the front stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll ask you to remain standing for the playing of the national anthem of Uganda and the national anthem of East Africa.
Thank you very much. We may all be seated. We will now have the recitation of the Tilawat by Mr. Abubakar Kalyasubula, a student, enrolled nurse, followed by the invocation delivered by Mrs. Brenda Kusima, a student from the Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Protocol observed. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا صدق الله العظيم. The translation: in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, and hold fast all together by the rope which God stretches out for you, and be not be divided among yourselves, and remember with gratitude God's favor on you, for ye were enemies and he joined your hearts in love, so that by his grace you became brethren. Thank you very much.
I'll call us to Psalm 127, verse 1 and 2. Unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. It is in vain that you raise up early and go late to rest, eating the bread of anxious toil, for he gives to his beloved sleep. Lord of all wisdom and giver of every good gift, yours is the earth in all its fullness. Yours is the knowledge that enlightens minds. Yours is the mercy that redeems souls. Today, we gather in humble thanksgiving for your goodness that has brought us to this moment, the inauguration of Aga Khan University in Kampala. We acknowledge that apart from you, we can do nothing, but in you, all things hold together. Grant, therefore, that this university may be built upon truth that cannot be shaken, upon grace that never fails, and upon love that reaches the ends of the earth. We give thanks for the vision and labor of those who dreamed and toiled to establish this institution of learning. May their legacy remind us that education is not an ornament for pride, but a stewardship for service, not merely a pursuit of knowledge, but a calling to wisdom and virtue, not for self alone, but for the flourishing of neighbor and the glory of your name. Bless, O Lord, our leaders with discernment that is pure and peaceable, our faculty with knowledge tempered by humility, and our students with a hunger not only for truth, but for justice, mercy, and integrity. And so we pray for this university. May it be a beacon of truth in a world of confusion. May it be a sanctuary of wisdom, and may it serve generations who will live not for themselves, but for you and for the good of all people. And so, Sovereign Lord, crown this beginning with your favor, sustain it with your spirit, and grant that this work bears fruit for your glory and our good. We ask this in the saving name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Tusanyusa okubalaba mwenna abazze leero. My name is Diana Namubiru Sewanyana, and I serve in the capacity of Business Development Manager and Operation for the Aga Khan University Hospitals in Kampala.
And I am Gitonga Mbijiwe, the Aga Khan University's Associate Vice Provost of Administration, Kenya. Diana and I will be serving as your mistress and master of ceremonies on this historic occasion. It is our pleasure to welcome you to the Aga Khan University. We thank you for joining us in celebrating the inauguration of our University Center, our student residence, and the commencement of construction of the Aga Khan University Hospital, Kampala, Uganda. Before we begin, we would like to recognize our guests. His Excellency, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. His Highness, the Aga Khan, Chancellor of the Aga Khan University. The Honorable and First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Museveni. Our Deputy Speaker of Parliament and the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa. Princess Zara Aga Khan, Pro-Chancellor of the Aga Khan University. Prince Ali Muhammad Aga Khan and Mr. Peter Primus, Deputy Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany to the Republic of Uganda. Your Excellencies and honored guests, We are grateful to have you with us today. We also recognize members of government and representatives of the diplomatic community, Chair and members of the Uganda National Council for Higher Education, Chair Zakir Mohamud, and members of the Aga Khan University Board of Trustees and Governing Councils, Aga Khan University Vice Chancellor and President Dr. Suleiman Shahabuddin, and the faculty and staff of the university, the university's generous donors and supporters, and all our distinguished guests.
I now take the pleasure to invite Dr. Suleiman Shahabuddin, Vice Chancellor and President of the Aga Khan University, to address the audience.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. His Excellency, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, His Highness the Aga Khan, Chancellor of the Aga Khan University, Her Excellency, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mama Janet Museveni, Princess Zara Aga Khan, Pro-Chancellor of the Aga Khan University, Prince Ali Muhammad Aga Khan, Mr. Peter Primus, German Deputy Ambassador to the Republic of Uganda, Chair Zakir Mahmood, and members of the AKU Board of Trustees and Governing Councils, generous donors, supporters, distinguished guests, a very good afternoon to all of you. It is my profound honor, privilege to welcome you all to the new home of the Aga Khan University in Uganda. To do so in the company of His Excellency, the President, His Highness the Aga Khan, the First Lady, Princess Zara, and Prince Ali Muhammad elevates this moment to one of unforgettable significance. A decade ago, our late and beloved founding Chancellor stood on this very ground and envisioned a university that would serve Uganda as a center of excellence in education, knowledge creation, and healthcare. He declared, and I quote, "When this institution is built, it is my hope that it will have brought to Uganda modern medicine in the best conditions in intimate partnership with the public sector," unquote. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we take a monumental step toward fulfilling that vision. We celebrate the completion of the University Center and student residences, and we inaugurate the construction of the Aga Khan University Hospital. Your Excellency, President, we cannot thank you enough. From inception to the present, and at every step along the way, this project has benefited immensely from your determined leadership. You have often reminded us. We need education for socio-economic transformation of our people. This campus, your campus, and soon the University Hospital are dedicated to that very purpose. They will serve as engines of transformation, equipping Ugandans with the knowledge and skills to improve lives and build the future. Your Highness, it was our privilege to have commenced this endeavor under the leadership of our founding Chancellor. To bring it to completion under your guidance, Your Highness, is an honor of the highest order. As you have reminded us, access to high-quality education is a fundamental pillar of our approach to development and has the potential to bring about transformational and lasting impact. Thank you, Your Highness, for honoring us with your presence today. Honorable First Lady, 2 years the start of construction on this site together with Princess Zara. At that time, we promised you a world-class campus, and I hope that you've lived up to your expectations. It is such a great pleasure to welcome you back, and we greatly look forward to continuing to work with you and your colleagues in your ministry from our new home in Nakawa. Mr. Primus, Excellency, I wish to convey our heartfelt appreciation to BMZ, KFW, and the government of Germany. Your enduring partnership with the AKBN has been indispensable, and you have our deepest gratitude. We are also pleased to acknowledge the presence and welcome our esteemed friend Christoph Diskins, the Director for Africa for KFW. Thank you, Christoph, for being with us today. To our ever so loyal donors, thank you very much. Your extraordinary generosity has enabled us to bring our Chancellor's vision to life. We are profoundly grateful. We are deeply honored that you have chosen to be with us on this special day. Your generosity will continue to shape the lives of future students and patients, leaving a legacy that will endure for generations. The Nakawa campus, ladies and gentlemen, is amongst the most significant investments the university has made anywhere in its history. Our 7 stories, 12,000 square meters university center will provide everything our faculty, staff, and students need to excel. At a time when digital is opening up incredible new possibilities, the center's teaching, learning, and research facilities are equipped with the latest technologies. We have also designed the center to foster teamwork and intellectual exchange, as well as inspiration through its wide open spaces, bursts of color, and sweeping views. Our student residences reflect our belief that true education extends beyond the classroom. With welcoming living quarters, a gym, cafeteria, lounges, and a rooftop terrace, they will nurture friendships, wellness, and the networks that sustain lifelong success. Importantly, these residences will also welcome students from other institutions, enriching Uganda's academic community. I am very proud to report that all 3 buildings have received EDGE Advanced certification for their energy efficiency based on their design. The hospital, for example, will use 60% less energy than a typical building of its size. Ladies and gentlemen, let me recognize the outstanding teams responsible for bringing these wonderful facilities to life. Our design architect, Legureta from Mexico, represented today by Mr. Victor Legureta. Arab contractors and the subcontractors, represented by Mr. Mohammad Tolba. Our local consultants, Symbian Uganda Limited. We have Ms. Susan Atai with us today. Harold Fenwick, Kenya Quantity Surveyors, represented by Mr. Bashir Haji. I'll just pause for a moment while the chairs are being resettled.
As we're just making a slight adjustment, ladies and gentlemen, just slightly move back so the front row is not rained upon. We thank you for understanding.
Okay. Moving on. I also wish to recognize the project team. Sorry. I also wish to recognize the project team led by Dr. Zinat Suleiman and Mr. Salim Lakhani for their valuable efforts in project management and execution. Many colleagues from the Aga Khan University have supported these developments with passion, commitment, and a sense of purpose. And to all of them, I say a huge thank you. Soon these facilities will be joined by the Aga Khan University Hospital, an institution that will provide Ugandans with world-class care at home. We expect that the new hospital will open its doors in early 2028 and will offer disciplines from cardiology to oncology, neurosciences to maternal and child care. I'm also delighted that the Nakawa Specialty Center that we started 2 years ago on this site has been well received and has helped increase access to quality care to Ugandans. With these academic, residential and clinical foundations, we will expand our School of Nursing and Midwifery in Kampala, building on more than 2 decades of work and 1,500 Ugandan graduates. For the first time in Uganda, we will also train postgraduate medical education in many, many needed fields.
Our aspiration is to nurture and empower future leaders who will shape policy and influence events for generations to come.
About 90% of the students that come to our School of Nursing and Midwifery in Uganda have received financial assistance. And once they complete their studies, they're able to go back to their communities and be able to serve those communities. Have been able to support nurses from Malago, which is our national referral hospital, who have come and benefited from support in our programs.
We went into a partnership with Aga Khan University to train our nurses. So this was a very big opportunity for us. We offer them a training site for their students because they come and rotate here. So it was a give and take. The Uganda health system needs more skills, and this is an area which Aga Khan University is offering. This is where I see the future: research collaboration and specialized training.
I coordinate all stakeholders that implement early childhood care and education in the country. We need to bring all children on board, including those with disability. We are also looking at gender responsiveness. Those are components that have been missing, but with all the rigor and training I acquired at Aga Khan, I made sure that they are integrated into the policy. I'm proud to be an alumni of Aga Khan because they have made me what I am.
The programs at Aga Khan University are very pragmatic because they give you real life skills in tandem with the challenges that you're facing in the industry. The modern day newsroom requires journalists who think and who do a lot of journalism, not just reporting. And the programs at the Aga Khan University help journalists to develop solutions for the modern day newsroom.
The Aga Khan Development Network has been doing development work here in this region now for over 100 years. Today, human capital development is very critical, and so we are prioritizing education, healthcare.
We today offer 10 degree programs. We'll add another half a dozen programs. We will invest in technologies. We will invest in artificial intelligence. We will invest in the science of climate change and environment sustainability. We will invest in a health system enterprise. The new university hospital coming up in Kampala is going to be a milestone. Our intent is to become much more strategic and much more deeper in our partnerships. For us to work with government and to work with public sector actors and institutions is extremely important, and we'll reach out more and more to see how we can come together to serve the populations of the countries where we operate. I think the next 10 years is going to be extremely exciting for the Aga Khan University. With the completion of our Kampala campus, I would say that we are now completing phase 1 of AKU's presence in East Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I have worked very hard on this speech and I have to finish it. So after the video, this wonderful video, all I want to say is that our journey in Kampala is just beginning. The next few years holds much excitement for you and for the Aga Khan Development Network. However, no matter how much we may evolve, this moment today will hold a very special place in AKU history. Every future achievement of Aga Khan University in Uganda will be based upon the foundations laid here in Nakawa by our visionaries, partners, and friends who have made this a reality. As the African proverb reminds us, knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we plant the seeds that will nourish Uganda for generations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for those remarks, President Shahabuddin. Though the weather has come down, we asked for the blessings, we asked for a delay, but they're here. But nonetheless, we move forward, and we are in a place where we can continue. May I now kindly call upon Mr. Peter Primus, the Deputy Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany to the Republic of Uganda, for his presentation.
Thank you, organizing team, for making it possible to continue with the speeches without getting wet. Thank you, President, for all the warm and welcoming words. Can everybody hear me well? Good. Yeah. Good afternoon to everybody, also from my side. Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, His Highness Prince Rahim Aga Khan, Chancellor Aga Khan University, Honorable First Lady and Minister of Education, Janet Museveni, Princess Sarah Aga Khan, Pro-Chancellor of Aga Khan University, Prince Ali Mohammed Aga Khan, Honorable Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Vice Chancellor and President of the Aga Khan University, Dr. Suleiman Shahabuddin, Deputy Secretary General of the East African Community, Honorable Andrea Maluet, Ambassador Amin Maushi, AKDN Diplomatic Representative, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished representatives of the government of Uganda, esteemed members of the Aga Khan University team, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to stand before you today at the Aga Khan University campus in Kampala for the inauguration of two significant buildings, landmarks that symbolize a remarkable investment in the future of East Africa. Allow me to begin with a personal note. I arrived in Kampala just a few weeks ago. As is often the case in a new city, one looks for landmarks, buildings that stand out and help you find your orientation. I believe you will agree with me when I say that the Aga Khan University buildings are just the new and striking landmark in Kampala. They now rise proudly into the skyline of the city, visible symbols of vision, excellence, and commitment. And indeed, they are something we can all be proud of. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for the opportunity to speak on this important day and for the many years of fruitful cooperation since 2012 between the government in this project, between the government of Uganda, the East African Community, the Aga Khan Network, and the government of Germany. Together we have made real strides towards shared goals, and I'm confident that this partnership will continue to flourish as we work for a better, more inclusive future. Today is a milestone, not just for Aga Khan University, but for the entire East African region. The investment of 16.8 million euros by the German government through the German Development Bank, KfW, reflects our deep commitment to improving education and employment perspectives in the region. These new buildings will provide vital facilities for training nursing and midwifery students, future healthcare professionals who are essential to addressing the region's pressing health challenges. The demand for well-trained healthcare workers has never been higher. The institution will prepare a new generation of compassionate, skilled practitioners ready to deliver quality care in communities across East Africa. In parallel, these buildings will also serve as a hub for aspiring journalists at the Graduate School of Media and Communications. In an age of rapid digital change, of growing demand for trusted quality information, journalism is more important than ever. The graduates of this program will be equipped to contribute meaningful to a vibrant, professional, and pluralistic media landscape. Together, these facilities represent a powerful commitment to quality education, both in healthcare and media, two pillars essential to sustainable development. They reflect our shared belief that education is a foundation of strong institutions and thriving societies. Hence, I'm deeply grateful to the government of Uganda for providing a home for the Aga Khan University here in Kampala. Your Excellency, President Museveni, we know this campus would not have been possible without your personal engagement. The land provided by the government has been transformed into a safe haven at the heart of the city, a space of peace, purpose, and learning. As one walks through the campus gates, one feels a sense of calm and inspiration, as we could witness before. It is a place where minds and hearts can actually grow. In conclusion, today's inauguration is a testimony to the strong and enduring partnership between Germany, the East African Community, and Uganda. It is a reflection of what we can achieve when we work fruitful together with a shared vision and mutual respect. Germany remains committed to supporting initiatives that foster human development, economic growth, and social inclusion across the region. I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to all who made this day possible: the government of Uganda, the East African community, His Highness, the Aga Khan and the Aga Khan Development Network, the Aga Khan University, and of course the German Development Bank, KfW, here present. Your dedication, your vision, and your hard work have created a foundation that will benefit generations to come. Let us continue to work together to build a brighter future for skills, development, opportunity, and growth across East Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Primus.
I now take the pleasure to invite the Aga Khan Development Network resident representative, Mr. Amin Mauji, to introduce the next speaker.
Thank you. I think there is a Lugandan expression that says, Nkuba Erio Mukwisa, which roughly translates into rain brings blessings. And so I think we can declare this campus drenched with blessings. It is our pleasure and privilege now to introduce our First Lady, Her Excellency, Honorable Janet Kataha Museveni. The Honorable Minister has been a staunch supporter of our university here right from inception. We're delighted to have you here, Mama Janet, and we invite you to offer a few remarks, please. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Highness the Aga Khan, Princess Zahara Aga Khan, Mr. Peter Primus, Deputy Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany to the Republic of Uganda, representatives of government and diplomatic community gathered here today, Chairman Zakir Mohamud and members of AKU Board, Board of Trustees and Governing Councils, Vice Chancellor Sulaiman Shahabuddin, and AKU faculty staff and supporters, distinguished guests, good afternoon to you all. I stand here today with a heart filled with joy and gratitude to God for making this long-time prayer of the people of Uganda a reality. And that is a teaching hospital campus right here in Kampala. We hope to put one at Makerere University, but God has chosen to give us the Aga Khan University campus right here, a stone's throw away from Makerere University. This is a blessing to us, and the fact that we celebrate this great milestone in the company of His Highness the Aga Khan only adds to its significance. And we can't thank you enough for choosing to be here today in person, and also Princess Zahara, who was here as we broke ground for this project. We thank you. We thank you once again for ensuring that you are here today. Please accept our sincere gratitude to you both for the work of the Aga Khan Development Network in Uganda. I'm also pleased to welcome Prince Ali to Uganda, and I hope this will be a first time of many more visits to our country. Your Excellency, I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the great legacy of our friend, the late Highness, the Aga Khan, evidenced by the multiple development initiatives spearheaded by him, which our people have greatly benefited from. As we mentioned earlier, this project is a product of a partnership. The NRM government has generously provided the university with 60 acres of land right here. The Aga Khan University provides the expertise, the experience, and together with her partners, the immense investment required for a venture of this magnitude, and we are truly grateful for this effort. Your Excellency, as you are aware, our goal as a country at the university level has been to expand opportunities, to ensure equity, and strengthen the role of higher education as an engine of innovation and national development. The NRM government has tirelessly championed the expansion of public university education so as to widen access and ensure that we build expertise in our human capital through the delivery of high-quality education for our people. This has seen us move from 1 university to 10 public universities and 48 private universities. As I speak now, Uganda is hosting the first regional ministerial conference on the East African Common Higher Education Area, which started on Tuesday this week and is closing today. We believe that the deliberations from this important regional gathering will make a valuable contribution to the landscape of higher education in our region. I am pleased to report that through various partnerships, a number of our public universities have benefited from new laboratories, libraries, multipurpose facilities that continue to strengthen teaching, research, and innovation in our universities. In this season, by the grace of God, we have been able to build and rebuild infrastructure in many of our educational institutions and agencies. Just recently, we commissioned the refurbishment of Mary Stuart Hall at Makerere University, which is just one of the many new constructions, including the main administration building. We laid a foundation stone for the expansion of the National Council for Higher Education offices, our regulatory body for higher education in the country. The Bible teaches us that unless the Lord builds a house, the laborers labor in vain, unquote. Therefore, our prayer now is that God, through us, continues to build and rebuild the education sector in our homeland, like Nehemiah, the rebuilder whose hands were strengthened together with his people to rebuild the broken walls of his homeland in just 52 days. Our constant prayer is that God continues to strengthen our hands and those of our partners who choose to hold hands with us in Uganda. We are very grateful for the partnership we witnessed today between the NRM government and the Aga Khan Development Network. Again, the Bible acknowledges the importance of partnership. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9 states, in quotes, "Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their toil." There is also a saying that if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. This partnership, therefore, is yet another milestone in promoting quality education in the area of health care, and I'm happy that our Minister of Health is right here with us also. While we are aware that the Aga Khan University is a private facility, I believe the university will continue to uphold His Highness's spirit of community welfare and service to humanity through this venture. I look forward to our continued collaboration and partnership as we wait in anticipation for the university's scholars to deepen our understanding of the causes of health and illness, making this not only a center of excellence, but a place of intellectual discovery, research, and innovation. Your Excellency, today, as we inaugurate the University Center and student residences that we have just seen in the other building, while looking forward to the completion of the hospital, I'd like to once again express our sincere gratitude to His Highness the Aga Khan, the Princess Zahara, and the entire leadership of the Aga Khan Development Network, who have worked tirelessly to make this dream a reality right here in Uganda. I thank you all for being here, and yes, we must thank God for the rain also. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Education and Sports, our First Lady, Mama Janet Museveni.
I now invite the Vice Chancellor and President of the Aga Khan University, Dr. Suleiman Shahabuddin, to introduce our next speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, this week we are privileged to host His Highness the Aga Khan on his first visit to Uganda since his accession to the Ismaili Imamate earlier this year. Today, I have the high honor of calling upon His Highness to deliver his first public address as the Chancellor of the Aga Khan University. Ladies and gentlemen, His Highness the Aga Khan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, President Museveni, Your Excellency, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mama Janet Museveni, Excellencies, distinguished guests. It is a great pleasure for me to join you in celebrating this milestone in the history of the Aga Khan University and our partnership with the government of Uganda. I'm also very happy that my sister, Princess Zara, and brother, Prince Ali, are here to share this special moment. I would like to begin by conveying my deepest gratitude to Your Excellency, President Museveni, for providing the university with an exceptional site for its campus, and for your steadfast vision and enduring support for this project. I also express my heartfelt appreciation for the enabling environment that the government of Uganda has created for the Aga Khan Development Network. Your Excellency, the decades-long partnership between the government of Uganda and the Ismaili Imamate has enabled our institutions to help improve the quality of life for all Ugandans across the country and across multiple sectors, including healthcare, education, banking, insurance, energy, hospitality, and manufacturing. We are deeply grateful for your support. This investment in AKU's new academic and student housing facilities, together with its hospital, embody the belief of our late father, which we share, that Ugandans deserve the very best access to international quality higher education and healthcare. The university's campuses across Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda create an integrated system to share knowledge and expertise and allow the mobility of faculty and students across the region. Our commitment to international standards of excellence will, I believe, bring transformational impact to Uganda and to the region. It is a known fact that poor quality healthcare costs as many lives as lack of access to care. Moreover, despite spending years in school, countless young people acquire only a fraction of the knowledge and skills they are meant to. Poor health and limited education rob individuals of their potential. At this campus, AKU will invest in developing the potential of Ugandans. My hope is that ambitious young people and skilled professionals will not need to leave their home country to study or practice at the highest level. And many Ugandans will not have to travel abroad to obtain advanced health care. Our pursuit of excellence will go hand in hand with a commitment to access for the disadvantaged. AKU already provides nearly $60 million annually in financial assistance to patients and students across its campuses. Here in Uganda, we will expand our programs to enable access to life-saving care and life-changing education. Excellence must be grounded in relevance. A significant aspect of AKU's impact is tied to its research agenda that strives to address real local challenges through knowledge creation and innovation that improve the quality of life. At this campus, we will be addressing Uganda's specific disease burden, genetic profile, and environmental context. We will seek to contribute to the development of solutions powered by new technologies such as artificial intelligence. All of this is only possible because of the generosity, commitment, and dedication of our wonderful donors, both local and international, and many of whom are of Ugandan origin. I'm very happy to see so many of them here today. We are equally grateful to Germany's BMZ and KfW for their support, not only to this project, but to many others across the AKDN institutions. Please accept my heartfelt thanks for all you have made possible here in Uganda and across our university. Your generosity will benefit countries, lives, and generations to come. Our architects, Legareta, also deserve recognition and our gratitude. The buildings we are inaugurating reveal the power of design to support and to inspire the quest for knowledge. They also reflect the AKDN's commitment to addressing climate change. Designed to meet international energy efficiency standards and to be powered by significant solar photovoltaic capacity, they will contribute to our efforts to achieve net zero emissions. As we move forward, AKU will continue to benefit tremendously from our partnerships with academia, government, civil society, and others. I'm pleased that AKU is pursuing effective working relationships with public sector institutions in Uganda. It is partnership that turns ripples of change into waves of progress. Distinguished guests, it is my conviction that the creation of this campus will prove to be a significant milestone in the history of higher education and health here in Uganda. As we embark on this new chapter of AKU's story, our partners and generous supporters are among its primary authors. The leaders educated, the lives saved, and the knowledge generated will be their legacy. Your Excellency, Mama Janet, I'm confident that the leaders emerging from this institution will advance individual well-being and national progress in fulfillment of the steadfast vision and enduring support that have brought us to this moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those wonderful remarks.
May I kindly call upon our Deputy Speaker, the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, to introduce our chief guest.
Your Excellency, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, His Highness the Aga Khan, our Mother of the Nation, and First Lady Mama Janet Museveni, who is also Minister of Education, Princess Zahara, Prince Ali Aga Khan, the Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister, Right Honorable Rukia Nakadama, the Ministers present, Minister for Health, Generosa Cheng, Minister of State for Health, Margaret Mahanga, the Minister of State for International Relations, Honorable Kerodiemu, the Deputy Secretary General of the East African Community, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, this is a moment of pride for me as a Ugandan to say thank you for making our country what it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This moment is an opportunity and a clear endorsement of your good leadership, exemplary leadership, that can attract institutions of this nature to come and invest in a country which was once considered one you can't visit, but now everyone is running to. Mr. President, your visionary leadership, I remember when you were giving this land to the Aga Khan, some voices around would say, why? But you look far. Your visionary leadership has enabled this country rise from rags to riches. And because of that, we'll continue being proud of you, and we hope God can protect you for this country. Mr. President, with those remarks, I want to humbly request you address the audience.
His Highness the Aga Khan and members of your family, the Right Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Their Excellencies the Ambassadors, the leadership of this university, the Honorable Ministers who are here, starting with the Minister of Education and Sports, and all the people in attendance. First of all, I want to extend our condolences again to His Highness the Aga Khan on account of the death of your late father, who was a very good friend of ours. and who had been here not so long ago. We are very sorry that he died when he was still making wonderful contribution to humanity. Secondly, I will come you here to Uganda and your members of your family, especially coming on this occasion of commissioning the university. Most welcome. Thirdly, it seems the prayers of the Ismailians are stronger than the other prayers because you brought rain. We have been waiting for rain. And I have been quietly praying, but it seems the Ismailians, their prayers may be stronger. Yesterday, I told His Highness of my first experience with the Ismailians in Ntungamo, my area there. We had a few Indian shops. We call all of you Indians. We don't know the difference. Wahindi, 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 Wahindi. We had 4 Indian shops in Ntungamo. Apparently they were all Ismailians. Now those Indians used to hang pictures in their shops. I told him yesterday. There were pictures of 3 people. Queen Elizabeth was on top because we were under the British Empire at that time. Then on the right, there was an old man, an Asian old man. That time I didn't know who he was. And then on the left, we had our king, the king of that area, Mugabe. Now in 1957, we were told they changed the picture of the old Asian man and they put a new young boy there. You could see from his face that he was young. And they said, this is the new king of the Indians. And this was His Highness the Aga Khan. At that time we thought all the Indians were all Ismailis. So that's when I started knowing about the Aga Khan, Ismailis, and so on. And when I came in the government here, I started working closely with him. I therefore want to salute the Aga Khan community for really being development-oriented. In 1959, when I left my small village, where we had our 4 Indian shops and 2 Arabs, I went to the district town of our area, Mbarara. This was in 1959. And there was a big secondary school there called Aga Khan Secondary School for children of the Asians, but also other children were going there. That place is quite far from Kampala. It's like 200 miles. But at that time, 1959, there was already an Aga Khan secondary school. I think it was the junior secondary school or something like that. And then when I came to Kampala here, there is a big school, I don't know that it's still there, in the Mengo area, called Aga Khan Secondary School. Is it still there? Big school there, Aga Khan Secondary School. And then other projects. Now, as I told His Highness yesterday, there was some setback in the 1960s caused by policy confusion. In the anti-colonial movement, there was some confusion about the role of the private sector. Some of the anti-colonial fighters were thinking that private sector was linked to colonialism. So if you wanted independence, the government must control the economy. And that's how our governments here in East Africa, especially here and some other places, disrupted your programs. I remember that building in the, I don't know whether it is still there, the IPS building in the center of Kampala there. And in Dar es Salaam, very, very nice building of that time. But some of those properties were taken over by the governments of our area here. It was called nationalization. In Swahili, they were calling it kutaifisha. The good thing, as I told His Highness yesterday, is that some of us from 1960, more or less, continuously, we have been part of the struggle for Africa's independence. So, when we studied more, we found that there was a mistake in the thinking. Because it is true that the anti-colonial fighters yearned for independence and for strength. But how do you become strong? You cannot be strong if you don't have a strong economy. And then the question is, who can help you build a strong economy? And that's how, by I think around 1975, we were now clear, I was clear myself, that there was really no problem with the private sector, that the private sector is the one which can help you to be stronger, to have a strong economy at a low cost without spending so much. The private sector are able to do a lot of work for the country at their own cost and with their own supervision and more innovation so that our full potential is fully utilized. Therefore, by the time we came into government in 1986, that confusion was clear in our heads. It was no longer, it was clear that private sector, yes, you could have some parastatals here and there. We still have some, like the National Water Corporation and so on, but we privatized much of the economy. So therefore, that's how when we resumed our relationship with His Highness, it was with that clear vision. We returned all these properties of the private citizens, which had been taken over by the government, but also the properties of the institutions, like the Aga Khan. So where we stand today, I want to assure His Highness and everybody concerned that on the policy side, the freedom fighters in Africa are now clear. And the good thing is that some of us had good authority. Nobody, because what Africans don't like are puppets of foreign interests. If they think you are a puppet of foreign interests, they will not be happy with you, because puppets have caused a lot of problems here. But that was the advantage we had. Everybody knew our history, who we are, and when I gave you the speech, which I gave in Parliament here, when we were really having a strong argument about the way forward. What do we do? Is this good? Is this bad? And everybody is now clear that private sector is the correct way of building an economy. The government can come in here and there, but the main effort should be by the private sector. So therefore now, the investment climate in Uganda is good. There's some corruption, be careful there. And the weakness is that the investors don't report these corrupt people. I normally find out myself later on. So the investors, please, expose these corrupt people. The ones who want money from you. The ones who want shares in companies for which they don't have any contribution, expose them. Otherwise, we are ready and we can work very well together. We are also working with our brothers in Africa on the issue of market integration. Because you cannot have economy or production without market. Where do you sell your products? For a long time, we have been struggling with the issue of market integration, and we are really moving. There are still some problems, but they will be overcome, because logic is on the side of rationalization. And part of the rationalization includes market integration in Africa. So therefore, I'm very happy to be here with Mama and with His Highness to commission this university center. Congratulations, Aga Khan, and I thank you for building this world-class center where the classrooms are digitally connected and they are using high-tech for education, so that you don't have to do all the other manual things we used to do in the past. We are also happy about launching the hospital, which we groundbreaking, which we will start building. That will also help in health care. Even whenever I would be in Tanzania or Kenya, I would hear. I never went there, but I used to hear. Aga Khan Hospital, Aga Khan Hospital, Aga Khan Hospital. Even now, many Ugandans go to Nairobi in the Aga Khan Hospital. So I thank you and congratulate you for those two institutions, the university and the hospital. I want to thank the Germans. I didn't know the Germans were involved. Germans, bravo, thank you so much. On the issue of health care, I want to inform you and the world that our people here are beginning to make a good contribution to humanity. What, of course, many people don't remember is that the human beings have been here for the last 4.5 million years. And these human beings started here in Africa. So all you people, Asians, Europeans, Chinese, whatever, you are all former Africans. I always regard you as African diaspora. Now, what you had missed is that, so you are the diaspora, we are the stayees who stayed here. Now, we the stayees had a lot of, this place here, you can see the climate is good for the human being, much better than many parts of the world. When I'm in Europe, really, it's very miserable there. Very cold, very what. Whenever I go there, I want to come back quickly. But this climate has also been good for our enemies. Good for us, but also for our enemies. The mosquitoes, the tsetse flies, the bacteria. That's why, originally, you, the diaspora, multiplied more than we, the stayees. Until recently, population of the whole of Africa has been smaller than the population of India. India has been having a population of about 1.4 billion people, but until recently, the total population of Africa was fewer than the population of India. Yet Africa is 12 times bigger than India. You can fit India into Africa 12 times, but yet they had a bigger population. We have now overtaken India for the first time. We are now 1.5 billion. And in the next 30 years, we shall be 2.5 billion. We shall be a quarter of the human race. Now, this is because, at last, we have been able to control our enemies here. The mosquitoes, the tsetse flies, the bacteria, which were inhibiting the increase of the population here. But in that time, 4.5 million years, we have got a lot of knowledge about human health, which outsiders did not know. And when the Europeans came here, They came with a lot of arrogance. They sort of suppressed our great knowledge. But now, we have come up now. Our scientists are coming up, and we are discovering a lot of solutions for human health. Our people seem to have discovered medicine for diabetes for the first time, where diabetes can be cured for the first time. Diabetes has been a big problem for humanity. Our people seem to have discovered medicine for cancer, all these cancers which have been causing problems. Our people seem to have found medicine for malaria, in addition to the quinine, which was found long, long ago in South America. Our people now have a solution different from quinine to malaria. Even myself, I know quite a number of solutions for human health, and I've been encouraging the government to take them up. So therefore, since you are interested in health, I thought I should let you know that. If you want, we can cooperate on that side also, if you are interested in that area of this indigenous knowledge, working on it to turn it into modern forms which can help the whole of humanity, and do it cheaply and decisively, not this one being on drugs all the time, so that you get a total recovery from those sicknesses. Now finally, I would like to, I don't know whether, what one walk up, wenye zawadi, wenye nishani wako wapi? When our late brother, His Highness Khan, was here, I gave him medals. I would now like to give similar medals to His Highness. And I now call Mwache Nani. You go on the microphone and make citation on how we should give medal to His Highness and members of the family. Thank you, I thank you and wish you good luck.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The Secretary of the Presidential Awards Committee, Hajat Zamina Maloli, will take us into the next part of the program.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Highness, Prince Rahim Al-Husseini Aga Khan V, Her Highness, Princess Zahra Aga Khan, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, the Third Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Cabinet Ministers present, the Ambassador of Germany, the Vice Chancellor of the Aga Khan University, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. on today's occasion of inaugurating the Aga Khan University academic facilities and the commencement ceremony of the Aga Khan University Hospital, Kampala campus, in accordance with Section 3 of the National Honors and Awards Act, CAP 173, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, is pleased to award His Highness Prince Rahim Aga Khan V and Princess Zahra Aga Khan during this auspicious occasion medals of honor. To present the citation for the awardees is I, Hajat Malole Zamina, the Chancellor and Secretary to the Presidential Awards Committee. The medals are in the category of civilian decorations and medals as follows. The Most Excellent Order of the Pearl of Africa, the Grand Master, and the Excellent Order of the Pearl of Africa, the Grand Commander. The two distinguished personalities to be awarded and bestowed with honors today were duly acknowledged by the Presidential Awards Committee, chaired by Honorable Dr. Beatrice Wabdeya, under the aegis of Honorable Mire Babalanda, the Minister for Presidency. And now, the award for the Most Excellent Order of the Pearl of Africa, the Grand Master. The award goes to His Highness Prince Rahim Aga Khan V, and in accordance to Section 3 of the National Honors and Awards Act, CAP 173, this is the highest honor to be awarded to a person for his or her invaluable support to the Republic of Uganda. And therefore, on this day, the 11th of September of 2025, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, confers the highest honor onto His Highness Prince Rahim Aga Khan V, the Most Excellent Order of the Pearl of Africa, the Grand Master. His Highness Prince Rahim Aga Khan V is the spiritual leader of the Shia Ismail Muslim community and is the chairperson of the Aga Khan Development Network, and is also the Chancellor of the Aga Khan University situated here in Kampala. He has been actively involved for over 25 years in the development work in Uganda through his leadership role. The network operates significant social development initiatives covering healthcare, education, poverty alleviation, climate resilience, and environmental conservation, alongside a portfolio of economic development projects which include banking, media, industrial promotion, infrastructure, development, and tourism. Since the 1980s, under the direction of his father, the late Karim Aga Khan IV, His Highness Prince Rahim Aga Khan has continued with his legacy and devotion to serve humanity through direct involvement in various sectors globally. particularly in Uganda, His Highness, through the Aga Khan Development Network, has extended various services to the people of Uganda. So wait. His Highness Prince Rahim Aga Khan is an advocate of the marginalized and underserved communities. He has played an influential role in development programs geared towards climate resilience, environmental conservation, and as a founding chairman of the Climate and Environmental Committee, His Highness has spearheaded environmental stewardship policies and best practices, making climate resilience a central and cross-cutting theme for the network. The transformational climate work being done in Uganda and elsewhere includes educating young future leaders about climate resilience, investing in renewable energy, nature-based solutions, and pursuing established benchmarks for decarbonization. His personal engagement in the area of education and health has made significant impact on human and capital development for the people of Uganda and the wider international community. He has encouraged sharing of knowledge and experience within and beyond the Aga Khan Development Network across Africa. As Chancellor of the Aga Khan University, His Highness is overseeing the development of the Aga Khan University Hospital in Kampala, which will transform the healthcare services and improve access to quality education nationally and regionally. His Highness Prince Rahim's leadership and professional engagement has greatly reinforced the Aga Khan Development Network's initiatives for renewable energy, sustainable tourism, digitally financial-driven internet access, pharmaceutical manufacturing, among others. His Highness Aga Khan, through the Aga Khan Fund for Economic Development, played a central role by investing in pharmaceutical industries and co-development of the Bujagali hydropower plant, which is a significant infrastructure development that has increased Uganda's energy supply. In line with Uganda transitioning to the digital age, His Highness was influential in commissioning the Seacom submarine cable, which linked East African countries to the international submarine cable network for the first time, therefore propelling internet access in Uganda. Under the stewardship of His Highness, the Aga Khan Development Network has made profound and lasting impact on Uganda's socio-economic transformation, where his personal commitment has ensured a sustained focus on fragile contexts in which the network strives with its partners to foster peace, development, and opportunity, which are in tandem with the Uganda's Vision 24 and core aspirations. Therefore, in line with the National Honors and Awards Act, Cap 173, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda bestows upon His Highness Prince Rahim Aga Khan V with the title of honor of the Most Excellent Order of the Pearl of Africa, the Grand Master, for his outstanding dedication, invaluable support, and contribution to the development of the Republic of Uganda. For God and my country, I submit. May I now request the Chancellery team to move forward and step in the arena of the Investiture for His Excellency the President to decorate His Highness with the highest honor of this country, which is the most excellent order of the Pearl of Africa, Grand Master. And now, with your permission, allow me, His Excellency, to move on to the second award. In accordance with Section 3 of the National Honors and Awards Act, on this day, 11th of September 2025, pursuant to Section 3 of the National Honors and Awards Act, His Excellency would wish to award the Excellent Order of the Pearl of Africa, the Grand Commander Medal, to Prince Zahra Aga Khan. Prince Zahra Aga Khan has dedicated many years of service towards providing access to quality health care and education services for the people of Uganda and other parts of the world. Through her stewardship of social development programs within the Aga Khan Development Network, she has led the expansion in the East Africa of Aga Khan Health Services, Aga Khan Education Services, Aga Khan University. Today, many of the African countries are afforded access to healthcare and education services of a world-class standard through these institutions. Princess Zahra is a renowned global advocate for improving maternal health and child care. Through the Aga Khan University School of Nursing, Uganda gains access to well-qualified nurses, midwives, that provide essential care, contribute to policy reform, and strengthen national health care systems. The Aga Khan Development Network actively partners with the government of Uganda and other institutions to develop localized programs to coordinate responses to the country's education and health care requirements. In addition to her development initiatives and work in the health sector, Princess Zahra also oversees the Aga Khan Development Network's education programs in Uganda, spearheading investments in teacher training, curriculum development, and school infrastructure to equip Ugandan youth with skills and knowledge to become young leaders for today and future leaders of tomorrow. Under her leadership, over 500 nurses and health workers have graduated from the Aga Khan University School of Nursing and Midwifery, strengthening the public health sector in Uganda and directly addressing the need of child and maternal care. Princess Zahra oversees the Aga Khan Education Service, which operates 4 schools in Kampala that educate over 2,000 learners annually and employ over 150 teaching staff. Princess Zahara has also been instrumental in the development of the Aga Khan Institute for the educational development, which has supported the training of teachers and the development of education systems in Uganda, and the Institute of Human Development, which has been a lead in the development of early childhood programs and practices across East Africa. At the Aga Khan University, Princess Zahra has demonstrated strong commitment to advancing research and education in critical areas such as climate change, mental health, medicine, and ensuring the development of young leaders that are prepared and equipped to meet the future challenges and needs of the local population and global population. Therefore, in line with the National Honors and Awards Act, CAP 173, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda bestows upon Princess Zahra Aga Khan the title of honor of the Excellent Order of the Pearl of Africa, the Grand Commander, for her dedication to providing access to quality education and healthcare services to the people of the Republic of Uganda. I submit for God and my country. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for presiding over the special investiture ceremony for the distinguished persons we have had this afternoon, our guests, that is His Highness Prince Rahim Aga Khan V and Her Highness Princess Zahara Aga Khan. For God and my country, I submit.
Thank you very much for that, Ayad Malole. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremonies. We thank you so very much for joining us both here and for those of you who have stayed with us online. Thank you very much. At this point, we kindly request that we all stand for the playing of the national anthem as well as the East African anthem. Following the anthems, we request that the audience take your seats as our distinguished guests depart.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated until our distinguished guests have departed.
As they depart, you will see that pleasantries are being shared on stage. There will be hopefully a photo opportunity in which the moment will be captured. And as they share pleasantries, we want to thank everybody who has been with us. Despite the change of the weather, you have stayed with us, and we do appreciate that very much. To our online audience, Asanteni Sana, thank you so very much for being with us from across the world. We know we have had friends from Pakistan, our colleagues in Nairobi, Kenya, Uganda, as well as the UK have been joining us during this event. We have others from the US, Australia, Canada, the US by itself, and from various other countries. Ladies and gentlemen, we can see His Excellency leading the entourage out. Let us please stand as they leave. Recognizing that today His Highness has been awarded the highest civilian award, the most excellent order of the Pearl of Africa, the Grand Master, while Her Highness has been given the excellent order of the Grand Commander. These are wonderful civilian awards that have been given. This is a day for all of us to celebrate, one that we'll remember and marked well in history. After the event, there will be refreshments given to us all, and that will happen expeditiously.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for this momentous occasion, during which we have witnessed the inauguration of our university center, students' housing, and the start of construction of the Aga Khan University Hospital, Kampala.
Ladies and gentlemen, the presidential convoy has departed, and that'll be followed by His Highness's convocation as well. We thank you all very much for your time and attention. We have a wonderful reception for you to the right of the tent. It'll be at the right of the tent. This has been put out for your honor. This is for your honor, ladies and gentlemen, to the right of the tent, after which other events will take place. Our online audience, once again, thank you so very much for joining us on your mobile phones, on your screens, on your tablets from across the world. And though we have been physically apart, your spirit, well wishes, and support were felt. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the event has officially concluded.
Thank you.